Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the SketchCraft Morning Podcast. And joining me for the first time on the morning podcast, Brandon Mega Potato James. Brandon, say hello.
Hi, everybody.
Man, the quality of your signal sucks. Your microphone's horrible.
Huh.
I'm fucking with you.
Oh.
There's a little bit of static, but whatever. So, it's not really morning, folks. This is one of the few times I've recorded a morning podcast in the middle of the night. But just had a few things on my mind I wanted to talk about. And since I got Brandon here, I figured, hey, why not? So I might do an evening podcast version, Brandon, when I have you on.
Sounds good to me.
So, let's talk about a few things here. So one, I wanted to talk about. Look, here's the thing. I don't really. I'm going to preface this, and then it's going to sound like I'm not telling the truth, but just bear with me. So I don't really care when I get comments on the internet. And then I'm going to complain about a comment I got on the internet. Now, I just need you guys to go with me for a second. And believe me when I say I really don't care what people say about me on the internet. And I can kind of prove it because if you go look at some old, if you type in Game Fan, Rob Duenas, Dave Halverson, 2010 here, you are going to see the worst hate ever. When I was making Game Fan, I got some crazy fucking shit. So
You got hate like you killed a baby hate. Like people hated you.
yeah, they hated me. So and it really wasn't so much the magazine as it was the framing of it. Like everyone's subscriptions at Play went away, and then all of a sudden it's Dave and Rob making a new magazine, and all the previous employees lost money, and they're like, Rob must have got money. I didn't get any money, and I didn't even get paid for Game Fan. Like, but it was a whole series of things, and then they're like, your fucking designs suck. So like. And suck is like that's the nicest fucking comment I would have got. I mean, it was just like horrific. So I've built a lot of tough skin, but every now and then, so when I'm streaming, Brandon, there's like a group of regulars that show up. I'm sure you've been aware. There's recurring names, people that show up to the streams, and man,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. I see them all the time. Like I see a good string of the same. I'll say 8 to 10 people that I can name.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm always appreciative that we've built a little clubhouse, right? That we can all hang out and talk and shoot the shit while I draw.
Mm-hmm.
As I've been working on Spyro, it's been harder to be more consistent with the streaming because of things that come up. So I've been working on Spyro, and I do other graphic design work because my wife told me I have to like earn a living, otherwise I'm going to lose my LLC. Like I actually have to generate money, folks. And since I haven't been able to do Kickstarters for the past year and a half because I'm doing the power prints, like that has to come from freelance. Otherwise, I get in trouble financially with the government. So,
Right.
like I'm working on the Sonic commission last week. I got the tails done. And I said, hey guys, I'll stream tomorrow, right? And they're like, all right, see you tomorrow. And I had planned on streaming the next day. Matter of fact, I woke up, I cleaned up the tails. I'm like, I'm gonna go work on the knuckles. And then an email came across my desk from a client that I had submitted concepts to a month ago. And they're like, hey, sorry, we need these by Monday. I think this was like Friday. And so I'm
All
like,
right.
well, here we go. And you've seen this stuff. It's not easy things, it's
Nah.
complicated design work. So, and it's not fun either, which is why I don't show it off. It's tedious and uninspiring. But I'm good at it and it pays well. So, I went and got that done. And I got that done, and then I actually went out and saw Deadpool 2 with my wife, and then I came back, and I've been working on this Megavision stuff for them and getting them set up for E3, and that includes more magazine design work, plus some t-shirt stuff that I did for them, so we got some gear at that place, and then I'm prepping a piece for another client that needs a lot of research, so I sit down at my desk tonight to crank up the old Sonic. I'm like, let's put in a couple hours here and get this Knuckles going. I get this
Uh,
comment from one of the guys that follows me who goes, hey, you said you were going to live stream tomorrow. You're not good at keeping promises. I'm not really good at keeping promises, you know? And I'm just like, I get some of the audience out there's young, you know? I get it.
Hmm.
And I get that if they don't mean it, I'm going to assume they don't mean it too
Right.
facetiously, right? Like he's probably just being a little wise ass. Um, but it does bring me to an idea. Like, guys, if I say I want to stream tomorrow and I don't stream tomorrow, it's because some other more important shit. So my reply was, yeah, I just keep them for my clients first, YouTubers second.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's people who depend on me. YouTube doesn't, guys, I make no money on YouTube. You know, when I say no money, I make literally $200 every 18 months on ads, maybe between two and $300. It goes up and down every other year, every 12 to 18 months. That's it. That's all I make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Zero. I get 70 views, maybe 100 views on average per video. You know,
Right.
like I get nothing here. So when I stream, it's really just to hang out. So when you fucking make comments like that, you know what it makes me want to do, Brandon? It makes me not want to fucking hang out with anybody. You know?
Right. Makes you very antisocial.
I'm already antisocial. That's why I sit in my
Yeah,
room drawing.
that is true.
This is why I sit in my room drawing, folks, because I'm antisocial. Then
Very.
I go, well, you know, why'd it get to me? I'm like, I'll tell you why it gets to me. You know, like it normally doesn't, but this time it did because it's people that I kind of like enjoy hanging out with
Correct.
who don't know how to fucking conduct themselves in an appropriate manner. You know, and it's like if you're gonna fucking, and he just replied, I always forget to keep that in mind, the clients. I'm like, how about you just keep how about this? How about this, dude? Don't worry about keeping things in mind other than do I sound like an asshole? There's a good fucking bit of advice in life. You know, if you got
Right.
something to say on the internet and is directed at someone in a not so positive way, read the comment out loud, wait 24 hours, then post it. Or
Right.
send me a direct message. You know what I mean? If you're concerned or wondering what's going on, and can I trust? Do I put anything on my YouTube channel that says I stream at a certain time?
No.
People keep asking me, when are you going to stream tomorrow? I don't know. It'll be tomorrow. I plan tomorrow, and then I don't. I don't. You know why sometimes I don't stream too, Brandon? And you've seen this. Like I did the Deadpool piece this weekend, right?
Hmm.
It's a commission. I did this print with Sketch about a year ago, and one of them, I think Seth wanted a Lady Deadpool. So I drew this thing up, and I thought, hey, you know, it's Deadpool weekend. I want to start offering some digital commissions as well. So I thought, first I tried coloring the pencils, which it doesn't work. So I was like, okay, can I draw this in under 2 hours and color it in under 3 hours? So it's about a 5 hour bit of effort. Can I get that done? That was the goal for me. I'll
Right.
I'll tell you, I will never hit that goal if I'm streaming. You understand what I mean?
Hmm.
Because you've seen as you stream, work slows down because people
Work
talk.
slows down. Talk to people. We
Yeah.
start talking random shit.
The quality, I managed to talk for 4 or 5 hours at a time while I'm drawing and not suck with the art, but I can't increase the speed slows down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's it. So it's like, I mean, I make no promises. I'm going to be on the internet tomorrow. How about that, folks? Here's the fucking promise you get from me. The promise you get from me is the day I quit the internet, I will not announce it. I can assure you, one day I'll stop doing everything and you'll wonder what happened. And I'll say, I went to see about a girl. You know? Like it's an old reference, but you know, like I will never announce I'm leaving the internet, taking a break. Hey guys, I just need a whatever. I don't talk about it. Except here, I think buried in a podcast makes a lot of sense because
Yeah.
statements on Twitter and I don't know, they always look stupid to me. But it's just like, you know, it's like some of the audience is younger and I get it. You know, I'm there for 'em to an extent. Understand
Hmm.
too, man, that nobody in this fucking world has promised anybody anything.
Right.
You need to like seriously take a look at life and say, look, have your parents promised you anything that they would even be parents to you? You know what I mean? Can you really
Right.
can you promise me you're gonna do something? You don't know if you're gonna be hit by a bus tomorrow. You can't really promise anything. you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, if you want to take it to a real far extreme way of thinking, here's how my priorities work in life: my wife, my dog and cat, my cat's probably distant third, clients, Brandon and his wife.
Yes. Yes.
Brandon's
I made
moved up a rung. He's moved
I
up
made
a
the
rung,
cut.
you know, and then some other extended friends and family. That's it. And let me tell you something, man. You know, now that my parents are gone, there's not a lot of family that's high on my list. You know,
Right.
like, and so if I say to my wife, "Hey, tomorrow I promise you we're going to go to the spa," then I don't give a fuck what work is due for what client. I'm going to the spa with my wife tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's the priority list I have. And you know, I think the reason why I wanted to really talk about this is because I spent a good chunk of my career not understanding the proper priorities in life. For me,
Yeah.
for me, I gave in too often to people. Well, these people are dependent upon me to be here, you know, and they really need me to be on there when I'm streaming. That no one, guys, none of you need me. Matter of fact, I'm more impressed with what you're fucking doing when I'm not around.
Right.
Ask Brandon. You know, like you think I'm impressed when I have to have like Brandon. How annoyed am I when I feel like I have to have you on the phone to make sure you're drawing?
Very. You feel like oh, having. You feel like a parent sometimes. I'm sure you're just like, man, why do I got to keep having to remind you to do these things? And I'm like, I don't know.
It's what
I
you
should
do
just do
when
them.
I'm not fucking paying attention. I give a shit about,
Right.
right? I should be able to disappear for a week, and you should be done with the work.
Yeah.
Image, you know, videos being posted on YouTube, videos being posted on the DeviantArt, your fucking commissions being worked on, whatever I've always fucking put out to do,
Yeah.
you know? And I don't give a shit what, you know, like when people are like, oh, you said you'd be, I don't, guys, YouTube is below Brandon and his wife on my priority list, you know? I mean, Ashley's about Dev. I mean, probably you, then you know, his friends, Ashley. Like, I kind of lump a group of them in the same category, you know,
Yeah.
like close friends, and then below close friends are my family. Like my family, definitely my close friends are above my family. My extended, my extended family is not high on that list.
I mean, I get it. People want to watch. People want to see you stream. But
No, they don't.
no other.
I got the views to prove it.
Well, the ones that do. But I mean, no other artist is pumping out as much content or showing as
uh,
much as you do. So I mean, like,
that
it
you and
may
I
be
know of.
great.
I'm certain there's somebody.
Well,
You know.
somebody, but at the quality level. But
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
I've
there's a
never
lot
been
of
rewarded for this shit, right? Like I don't
right.
get. You know what I mean? YouTube is always like once a year they get a hold of me to let me know how I could be doing better if I just did more interesting shit with my art channel.
Yeah,
You
it's not
know?
like you're making millions off this.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you know, this guy in particular has always talked to me about like how can he be motivated? He procrastinates. And I'm like, "Well, you don't seem to be procrastinating writing shitty comments on my YouTube channel." You know what I mean? Or snarky comment. Let's say snarky. It
Right.
wasn't really a shitty one. It was a snarky
Yeah,
comment, you know?
snarky.
So why don't you fucking take that snarky time, buddy? You know what I mean? And go work on some construction and shit, you know? And improve
Yeah.
yourself, you know? Look, it's not going to stop me from doing this, you know? Like, nothing can really. The only thing that'll stop me from doing this is me just not wanting to do it anymore. I mean, I didn't do
Right.
the podcast for almost 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how many times did you ask me to start the podcast back up?
A lot
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it was free exposure for
right.
me.
And what did I tell you?
He said, if I want one, go make my own.
Yeah, exactly. Without me, you don't need me. I'm not. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't got a big pull on the internet, man. You know, I'm not a draw. You know, I draw, but I'm not a draw, right?
I'm the personality. You're the talent.
Yeah,
The beauty.
because
I'm the
yeah,
beauty.
the personality about you is that I can make fun of you endlessly, and it seems to work. Like I was telling, you know, this is funny. Everyone, check this one out. So I like to go on my the GoDaddy and type in URLs for fun sometimes, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I grabbed 60podcast.com so I could forward it to the 60-second podcast archive on the YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
Right. So 60podcast.com, go right there, you get the archive. You know? Pretty clever, right? And it was only like
Mm-hmm.
$12. So I went to go buy it, and then sometimes it makes suggestions, right?
Mm-hmm.
The suggestion was, would you like megapotatoes.com? And I'm like, I think GoDaddy pays more attention to my fucking work than my fans.
Yeah.
It suggested mega potatoes. I have no fucking idea how that happened. But I swear to you it did. I fell out my chair laughing. It was the happiest thing ever. I didn't buy it. It's not worth the $12 to me.
Right.
But it is pretty fucking funny. Oh, man, dude. It's hilarious. Forget about that. The clients. Not good at keeping my promise. See, that's a character attack. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean I'm not good at keeping my promises? You know? Why do you think I'm still making Game Cave? Like I should quit more of my promises, honestly. I'm keeping too many of them. Should just give up on some of them and move on with other stuff. You there, Brandon? Or you hit the mute button?
No, I'm here.
No.
I was just letting you have a moment.
It's my problem is I keep too many promises. I should quit more often.
Yeah, you do get pulled in multiple directions at multiple times.
You've seen it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you saw some stuff like I pumped out 4 fucking magazine pages today in the space of what you and I talking.
Yeah.
Like we talked for an hour when I woke up, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you hang up the phone. The next time you look at your phone, what was it, a couple hours later?
Like an hour or two, and you already had like 4 pages done.
About
And I was
90
like,
minutes or so. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, did you just do that in between us talking? You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. I
I
went
was
out
like,
for
all
my
right,
walk.
Flash.
Yeah, I went out for my fucking walk. I did my 10,000 steps. Had a business conversation with some guys I'm working with on stuff and made some arrangements for some travel that I'm doing. Came back in, fucking made pork loin, low carb rub, all that shit from scratch. Fucking made dinner for my wife. I made my own fucking low carb barbecue sauce. Takes an hour. You know what I mean? Serve dinner. Then come up back here, make some other fucking apparel shit. Make this fucking podcast. Work on the fucking sauna thing when we're done. And then I'm gonna jump over and work on some other client stuff. Catch a little nap. Get back up. Like guys, all I do is fucking keep promises. It's just that's just some shit. It's just like I guess like. So I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I found over the past year, a lot of the guys I've been listening to have their audiences keep skewing younger, like say Collider or whatever, for an example, or John Camper, any kind of movie talk. Those audiences are getting younger and younger. So now they're talking down to their client. Like every time I listen, it's like, gotta remember everybody, so film is subjective when we all can get along. And I'm like, I don't fucking need this conversation. This doesn't pertain to me, and I have to hear it for several minutes every fucking day. And so like I'm the only fucking thing I'm listening to now, man. Like I'm listening to like Liam Abramson. Liam. So he did a podcast called Unseen 64, and he's got his own stuff now. I back him on the Patreon. He's dope.
Mm-hmm.
He does real fucking inside game development stuff and journalism and everything. So like that guy I like a lot. But I mean, if it turned into like, hey everybody, here's why you got to remember it's okay to like Sonic and Mario, I fucking quit. You know what I mean? I'm out, guys. I'm not good at being like, get back to me when you're mature enough to have the conversations I'm going to have. Because I'm not fucking bringing my conversation down to your fucking level. So, you know what I mean? Like, these fucking guys can understand me. It's the same thing with my art. Like, if I'm drawing too much shit for you and you don't get it, oh fucking well. Like, I did this Deadpool thing, right, this weekend. Lady Deadpool. She got bigger legs. Most people love it. Some people are like, her legs are so big, And so finally one of my fucking dudes, because I don't comment on it, goes, hey man, I'm sure Rob, if you wanted to draw proper proportions, could. And I'm like, guys, just go look at my art. There's plenty of characters with different proportions in my art. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've got Kill Art where she's razor thin. I've got fucking J. Scott Campbell style art where they, they got the image proportions. I got fucking, what do you want? I got Stephen Platt style shit where they're super roided, and I got Sonic stuff with the cart. I mean, there's nothing I can't fucking draw. But what am I supposed to do? Every time I post something, remind people, like, so these proportions are for fun, and no, like, no, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, if guys don't get it, that's the brilliant part about art. If they don't get it, I don't care. Like, you get it or you don't get it. Like, you know, the Thundercats thing came out this
Yeah.
weekend, right?
Thundercats roar.
Yeah, I thought it's hilarious. Very well animated. I'm like, that's funny. I want to watch that, right? And the whole internet's like, they're ruining the Thundercats. It's a joke now. I'm like, well, first off, I was there when the shit came out. It was always kind of a joke.
Right.
Two, you know what I mean? Like, that's like comparing Teen Titans Go to Young Justice. They're not the same fucking thing, you know? And three, there's a really good Thundercats cartoon that came out like several years ago. Fucking, and I watched it, and no one else did, and the shit got canceled on me. So they can all suck it. You know, like where were you when that show was on? You
Right.
know, who was buying the toys? So I'm gonna watch this one. I think it's funny. But you think those animators that are working on Thundercats Roar don't know how to draw or animate normal looking people? It's the same animators.
Right.
You know, like I just like, but I don't. Man, Brandon, I always hope if you can't see the difference, if you can't see the difference, if you can't tell that He-Man is a style and how Frank Frazetta is a style, if you can't see that, if you think that's just someone's limitations and that's all they can do and they're kind of compensating, well, one, you're projecting your own inadequacies as a fucking artist onto everyone
Right.
else. You know what I mean? That's you have limitations. You can't do it. So there you go. But two, get out. Go somewhere else. Go fucking whatever. You know, like I can't explain to people. Well, you know, Rob Liefeld's draw small feet. Well, have that conversation with Rob Liefeld. I can draw big feet, small feet, whatever. I don't give a shit. You know.
Right.
Sometimes I like chicks with bigger feet and legs. You know. I'm gonna draw them with giant guns, and when you draw them with thinner feet, you know, and you draw these giant. I mean, no one comments on how large the grenade is on that Deadpool side. She's like, you know, her legs are crazy. Meanwhile, she's got a gun. She's got a DL 6044 or whatever. It's based off the Han Solo gun, a DL 44 blaster, and she's got a grenade that's almost 6 feet tall. Oh, that's the music. I'm being shut off. Well, I'm glad you joined in the conversation, Brandon.
Right.
Glad you had a lot. You want to wrap it up, Brandon? You have anything to add to this that I'm missing?
No, just people just try to be nice on the internet.
Don't be nice on the internet. Just fucking whatever. You know what? But if you leave a snarky comment and you're someone that I like, be prepared. Be very prepared, Dad. I'm going to lose 24 minutes of my fucking time talking about it. That I can promise you. That's a fucking promise Rob will keep. You bet. You better all believe it. I'm much more chiller on the morning podcast, right? Yeah. Get a little lamp. Amazing how much energy I get in the middle of the night. Ah, son of a bitch. What else? What else I gotta say? What else I gotta say? Deadpool 2, not as good as Deadpool 1, but still fun, right? Can we agree? Can we all
Give it an
agree?
8 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it more of a 7, but still a good time. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. I gotta go work to do. Got promises to fulfill. Say goodbye, Brandon.
Bye-bye.
ShopSketchCraft.com. Bye, everybody. Hi, Yukio. Hi, Wade.
Hi, Wade.